day. For today's video, I'm going to reflect to you our prelim discussion. So I'm going to cite our 5 topic that given to us to reflect. First is the biographical sketches of Rizal. Next is the pragmatic education. Next is the travel frustration and disappointment. Next is the unexiled life. And the last topic in prelim discussion, which is the justice and death. So for the next, I'm going to reflect to you the topic one by one. So let's go. At this point, I'm going to reflect to you our first topic, which is the biographical sketches of Jose Rizal. So in this topic, there are about homeschooling, grammar schooling, Jesuit education, Dominican education, and the Peninsula Spanish education for Rizal. So now, the life of Rizal. First is he is a national hero of the Philippines, and also is described in his in his biographical sketches. His family history, schooling, travels, political opinions, writings, and eventual martyrdom at the hands of Spanish colonial, and also an administration are all covered in book. So I admire Jose Rizal for having a strong sense of himself and having guts to follow his goals, and I want to do the same in my own life. So he was educated in Manila at Ateneo Municipal de Manila and the University of Santo Tomas, and proceeds to study in Europe, first at the Universidad Central de Madrid, then in Heidelberg, and finally in the University of Paris. And he is honored in the Philippines with numerous statues, monuments, and public holidays in his honor, and his writing and examples continue to be studied by Filipino students. He showed a steadfast dedication to securing freedom, justice, and equality for his people, and his sacrifice marked a crucial turning point in Filipino history that sparked revolution. And the conclusion that I can give his legacy is one of justice, hope, and tenacity, and the Filipino people are reminded of their strength and potential by his example. So for our second topic, which is the pragmatic education. So it is a type of education that is currently being used to aid students in acquiring real-world information and abilities that may apply at their daily lives and vocations. Pragmatic education, as posed by Dr. Jose Rizal, was a form of, I just say, it was a form of learning that emphasized on the practical application of knowledge, and it was a method of learning that focused on the development of a person's individual potential and skills rather than simply imparting knowledge. So Rizal believed that education should be based on the development of the whole person rather than just acquisition of knowledge and facts. He stressed the importance of practical skills and knowledge, such as agriculture, commerce, and the sciences, as well as literacy, mathematics, and the arts. He also encouraged his students to engage in creative and critical thinking. He also critical thinking as well as civic responsibility. Rizal's pragmatic education was based on the idea that knowledge should be acquired through experience and observation, as opposed to memorized and rote learning. He believed in the importance of individual explanation and discovery, and sought to create environment that was conducive to that kind of learning. Rizal also says that pragmatic education is ultimately provide an effective and unique approach to learning, which has continued to shape education. So, in this topic, we know that Rizal is example serve as uh, or reminder that education is the key to progress, and that no matter where we come from, we can all achieve a great things with the right combination of knowledge, hard work, and dedication. So for our third topic, which is the travel demonstration and disappointment of Rizal. So the travel frustration and disappointment of Rizal, it is a discussion of the experience of Jose Rizal, our Philippine national hero. During his travels throughout Europe and the Americas, it focuses on how Rizal's travel served as a catalyst for his frustration and disappointments as a result of his encounters with the Spanish colonial government and his inability to return home to the Philippines. The discussion also looked uh, at how Rizal's travels shaped his writing, inspiring him to write novels and poems that continue to inspire the Filipino people today. Also, Rizal was extremely dissatisfied in Spain, continued colonial authority over the Philippines, which prevented the people from achieving their full potential by denying them uh, the freedom, rights, and opportunity. Rizal was able to develop plans for a brighter future through his travels, frustration, and disappointment. He also gained a deeper understanding of the issues affecting his beloved motherland. Also, Rizal's travel frustration and disappointment showed him the true nature of colonial rule in the Philippines. It is also taught him the importance of educating the people about their rights and how to stand up for them. So, his experience inspired him to write about the injustice and inequalities he saw to fight for the freedom of his people. His legacy lives on through his writings, which continue to inspire Filipinos to stand up for the rights and fight for freedom and justice. So, for our fourth topic, which is the unexiled life of Jose Rizal. The exiled life of Jose Rizal on the life and struggle of the Philippine national hero Dr. Jose Rizal, who was exiled to Dapitan in the Philippines during the Spanish colonial period. It examines the struggles of Jose Rizal in exile, as well as his positive contribution to the people of Dapitan, particularly in the term of education, healthcare, and social reforms. It also looks at how Rizal's legacy has been remembered both in the Philippines and abroad, and how his example and writing serve as rallying point of the Philippine independence movement. So, Rizal exiles in Dapitan was a reflection of his life of humility and hard work. He had to adjust to life without the luxuries he had grown accustomed to in Manila. He was constantly challenged by the environment, the people, and the politics of the place. Despite the hardship, Rizal was determined to make the best of his exile and used as an opportunity to explore his cultural roots and to further his education. He remained optimistic and used his time to learn and grow, teaching local children, studying medicine and philosophy, and even starting a Autofian society. His exile was a time of growth, reflection, and personal development that allowed him to become the leader and model he was meant to be. And the fact that Rizal lived his life in exile was evidence of his unwavering devotion to his ideals and values. Instead of compromising his principles, he decided to live in exile, where he remained steadfast in his beliefs despite the decided to live loneliness, difficulties, and danger. His bravery and dedication to cause of freedom and independence in the Philippines were reflected in his exile. He persevered in his fight for the people of homeland despite the difficulties and never lost hope. His legacy of bravery and perseverance serve as a model for all those who fight for freedom and justice. Now, we're here at the last topic in a prelim discussion. So, the last topic, which is the justice and death of Jose Rizal. So, the justice and death of Jose Rizal is a discussion of the life, trial, and execution of the Philippine national hero, Jose Rizal. So, it examines his controversial role in the Philippines Revolution, his arrest and trial, and his execution by firing squad in 1896. It also looks at the legacy of his martyrdom and the impact it has had on the Filipino people and their struggle for independence. And yes, I can see many of same values and principles in myself that I can find in Jose Rizal. Rizal was a man of a great courage, intelligence, and moral integrity. He also had a great sense of patriotism and deep commitment of justice and freedom. These are all values that I strive to emulate in my own life. So, the death of Jose Rizal is a reflection of the injustice rather, that was rampant in the Philippines during the Spanish colonial period. He was a symbol of Filipino resistance against Spanish colonialism and was a strong advocate for the rights of the Filipino people. His death, which was carried out by a firing squad on December 30, 1896, it is a reminder of the oppressive power of Spain and its refusal to recognize the rights of its Filipino subjects. It also serves as a call to continue the fight of justice and equality in the Philippines. Rizal's death was a tragedy, but it's also a powerful symbol of the struggle against oppression and the pursuit of freedom. And the death of Jose Rizal as a reminder of the power of justice and the need to stand up against oppression. The death of Jose Rizal, as what I said, is a reminder and the power of justice and the need to stand up against oppression. His life and death demonstrate the importance of taking a stand through the justice. Even when the odds seem insurmountable, his legacy is an example of how one person can make a difference and how the power of justice can ultimately prevail. So uh, that's all the discussion about 5 topics and discussion for prelim.